All right, hey guys, good morning. It's Wednesday, weekly webinar day. Hey Bill, hey Jim, thanks for coming. Looks like we're gonna have a low group today, but you know what? Today is probably one of the most important easy order messages that we're gonna talk about. When I talk to people a lot, most of the time when they're not having the results they want out of easy orders because they're not using it in the most effective way. And so what we're gonna talk about today are some of the objections that I've heard for people not using it as much as they should, why you should use it more and what it does for you, and how to just get the most out of easy order. And I've had clients that only use it for one or two customers. Most of the time people say, you know, my customers just want to call me. They just keep calling me. They just want to call me or they want to email me. That's what they're used to doing. So you know, I'm just gonna let them keep doing that because that's what they want to do, and you know, I don't really have time to do anything else. And you know, that's part of the reason that you don't have time to do anything else is a lot of times, um, you know, people are just kind of running around putting out fire to fire to fire to fire, and they just leap from fire to fire, and they don't really have time to market or you know really think about a strategy to market, and they just don't use all the tools at their disposal. And so if you have easy order, you really have a bunch of great tools to here, let's let Andy in. Hey Andy. Like I said, if you have easy order, you have you know an incredible tool that's built specifically to run an e-container you know dealer's business. And so if you can use easy order and really use it for what it can do for you, it can free up a lot of things for you. And so the first thing I'm going to talk about is, you know, really how to make easy order a part of your daily routine. And, you know, for the people who only use it to quote or only use it for this one customer who wants to order online, you're really shooting yourself in the foot. One of our most successful subscribers, um, where did my web browser go? Okay, it's over here. One of our most successful subscribers, they've been with us for 12 years now, something like that. Quality printer cartridges in Australia. This is a company that just really gangbusters. They win all kinds of awards. You have the easy online ordering tab up here. They have all kinds of awards. They do a lot of stuff. They do managed print, 3D printers, you know, all this stuff they do. But Easy Order is at the forefront of their ordering system. In fact, they tell their customers, you know, when they call, they tell their customers, you know, I love talking to you. I love hearing, you know, your voice. But when it comes to ordering, let me show you how to order from us, because when it comes to ordering, you don't really need to call me. You don't need to get a list of cartridges together on your own and email that to me. I mean, there's human error involved. There's things that could happen. So what you really want to do is you want to make sure that, you know, the customer knows that you want them to order through Easy Order. If you set up an account for them and they're not ordering, when they call you, tell them to go back to their Easy Order accounts. Hey, do you remember, do you still have that icon on your desktop? Did you ever get that downloaded? You know, and the other thing is if you're not following through with Easy Order and you're not getting that icon on the desktop for the customer, well, yeah, they're going to keep calling you because they don't have the other way to do it through Easy Order. So just make sure that when your customers call you, you make this part of your routine, that this is part of your sales process, that you you know, set everyone up on Easy Order that's a B2B customer that's going to be ordering. Because a lot of times, if you don't take the time to really set the customer up, get that icon on their desktop, they're not going to know what to do. And so they just keep doing what they normally do, which is calling you. But that's not what you want them to do. I mean, you have the system for taking orders and marketing to your customers. And not only that, once they start ordering from you through Easy Order, there's all kinds of tools to keep track of their order progress, their history, their frequency. You know, so if you don't have your customers all ordering through Easy Order, you're doing yourself a disservice because there's so many things that you can track with them once you do have them on and ordering. So making EasyOrder part of your routine, responding to every quote with EasyOrder, making sure any new customer that comes on that you want to keep, make sure they're on the system. I mean, this system, we'll talk about it later on, but this system is a customer retention gym. It's been around. We've been around now. 2020, we've been around for 15 years, and there's this blessing. It's crazy, but it's because it's very simple, and it sets you apart from your competition, and it gives you something that nobody else has. So let's talk about this. Another reason to use EasyOrder. It sets you apart from your competition. It's one of those things where every other website in the world, and this is also another reason that EasyOrder's worked for so long. Every other website in the world, e-commerce website, big box store website, they all make the customer do all the work. The customer has to find the website, so you have to spend money on search engine optimization to get the customer to even get to your website. Then they have to remember your website address. They have to fill out a long, this is who I am, this is my contact info, here's my ship to, my bill to. It's all making the customer do all that. And so you want to take the least barriers away from your customer so that they don't have any barrier to order from you. And so what EasyOrder does is it gives you all the functionality of having your own e-commerce website, but it's private. It's only between you and your customers. So when you go out and market and spend that time and get that customer's contact, once they give you their business card or their list of printers and they want a quote from you, it's up to you as a salesperson to take all the objections away from them in order for them to place an order with you. And once they have placed an order with you, you want to keep them. And so while every other website in the world makes them do all the work to order from the person they're ordering from, with EasyOrder, you say, customer, I'm going to give you this VIP service that you're not going to get anywhere else. That's why you're ordering from me. You're ordering from a local, ink and toner dealer or national ink and toner dealer, but you're ordering from us because we provide a service that you can't get anywhere else. And that's part of our ordering system, our easy ordering system. And this should be one of your main sales points when you talk to a customer. We have something that's different than everybody else. Because guess what, guys? Cartridges are commodities. You can buy them anywhere. So why should they buy them from you? This is why you have EasyOrder. It sets you apart from your competition and it gives the customer something they're not going to get anywhere else. Staples is not going to set up a custom form for them. Sure, they can go to Staples and save their favorites to a thing, but they're doing all that work. You don't know that they're going to do that. If you have a website, an e-commerce website, and you're letting your customers go there, you don't know that they're going to save their favorites. They may get frustrated by having to do that or not knowing that they can do that. And then, something else comes along with a better price or whatever else, and they go and order from somebody else. But EasyOrder does all that work for them. So the whole foundation of our system was, my father was a serial entrepreneur and he's had all these different businesses, but in all his businesses, his customers came first. And so when we created EasyOrder, he was like, my first thing was like, let's just create an e-commerce website for our brick and mortar ink and toner business we had back in the day. And his thing was like, no, if I want to do it, I want it to be able to be easy. I want to all set up for the customer, because his motto, and I use this all the time in EasyOrder, if you take care of the customer's going to take care of you. And so that's really the most important part of EasyOrder is it's customer forward, it's customer centric. And in especially, and this goes into my next slide, it's almost 2020 and people are getting increasingly lazier. I mean, you can get food delivered to you from almost any restaurant around you now. You don't even have to go out. I saw a thing the other day, Ben & Jerry's will deliver you ice cream. There's liquor delivery services. You basically don't have to go anywhere anymore to get anything. And people are becoming increasingly used to convenience. And it's like instant convenience. It's not just, oh, that's nice and convenient. It's instant convenience is what they're looking for. Amazon killing small businesses everywhere. Amazon killing, you know, malls and shopping and e-commerce taking over the world. Well, guys, you know, as a business in 2020, which sounds crazy that it's 2020 almost, you have to have online ordering capabilities just as a minimum. You know, if I went with a business that I was buying from and they didn't have a way for me to quickly order something online, if I had to call that business and speak to someone and get a list of things together and make sure they receive that and all that, like, I probably wouldn't do business with that company, because when I want to order ink and toner, I just want it to be quick. I want it to be done. That's not the most important thing of my day, and so I want it to be quick and I want it to be easy. And so if you're not offering not only online ordering, but a really convenient version of online ordering in 2020, you know, you're going to lose business to people who do. And so that's why it's really important, you know, to have a system like this and to use it as much as you can. The more people you put on, I call it putting business in the pipeline. The more people you put on EasyOrder, the more you don't have to worry about them going forward. You know why? Because it keeps your customers loyal. We found that over the years, you know, when a customer, we did some research in the beginning, and when a customer would just order through a traditional system or an e-commerce site, you know, they may go back to that site, but they have to remember usernames and passwords and web addresses and, you know, all that stuff in order to be able to order. And, you know, with EasyOrder, we have that icon that goes on their desktop. So all they have to do is click on it. Their list of stuff is there. It's almost like you're partnering with them to do business with them. So you're doing all the work for them, so they do that one thing you want them to do. And the one thing you want them to do is order from you. I mean, it's as simple as that. At the end of the day, if you could say, I want my customer to do one thing from me, what would that be? Would it be to call you? No, it'd be to place an order with you. You know, so EasyOrder keeps your customers loyal. That icon on the desktop is unlike anything else that's in marketing. If you came up to your customer and said, hey, customer, I know you're not doing business with me yet, but I will pay you X amount of dollars to put my logo sitting on your computer's desktop, you know, they would be like, there's no way. I'm not going to let you. I was trying to go back to my desktop, but the PowerPoint slide's on. You know, they would say, no way. I'm not going to let you put your logo on my desktop. What is that? You need to have to pay me lots of money to do that. Well, when you have that icon on your desktop, on the customer's desktop, they're putting your logo on their desktop for free. There is no better marketing for your business than to have that icon sitting on your customer's desktop. Even if they don't click on that logo all the time, they see it. It's on something they use all the time. So when they're at work 5 days a week, 8 hours a day, they're usually sitting on their computer, at least the people that we're marketing to that are ordering ink and toner in an office type environment. You know, it's sitting on their desktop. And so they subliminally see your icon on their desktop, you know, 300-400 times a week. And so there's no other branding, marketing effort that you could do to get yourself that exposed to your customer. So you better believe that when somebody says, hey, I need a cartridge, they know where to go to order their cartridge. They have your icon sitting right on their desktop. And that's been the power of EasyOrder from the beginning. It keeps the customer loyal. We've had so many instances where somebody, you know, turnover's really big at all these companies, and, you know, especially with people who are, you know, on the level where they're going to be ordering ink and toner. And so, you know, you could have customer turnover and somebody else is new and they come in and they're like, we need cartridges, and that person goes to wherever they think they need to order cartridges. But a lot of times they're sitting at the same machine that the other person was before. And, you know, if you have EasyOrder, the people there will just say, hey, look, I know there's some icon or something on there that links to our ink and toner, and so just order from there. And we've had so many people not lose business, because when the shift change came and the new person's in, they still had the icon, and so they clicked on the icon, they got to their custom order form, they knew what to do, and then they updated their contact info. And EasyOrder can even tell you when a customer's updated their contact info. So if somebody new is at the place where you've been working with, you'll know. You just got to go to your to-do list and look at it. So that's it keeps your customer loyal, and you can't pay for that. I mean, there's really no amount of money you could pay to keep your customers ordering from you. There's nothing that really does that out there. But EasyOrder has been proven to give a 90 to 99% customer loyalty for reordering because of that icon on the desktop. When you get that icon, you're connected to that customer in a way that you couldn't ever be with anything else. No other e-commerce website, nothing else connects you to that customer like that EasyOrder icon. So that's why I stress, when you send that welcome email out, make sure you follow up. If you take a little bit extra time with each customer to make sure that icon is on their desktop, don't just send out the welcome email and hope they figure it out. Although we have videos showing them step by step how to do it, I always say follow up with them, so you make sure you get that icon on the desktop. It's the most important thing to keeping your customers loyal. So the other thing about using EasyOrder for everything and all your customers ordering, because it's your best employee. You guys know about employees. They're pains in the butt. They always have drama. Somebody's sick. Somebody has boyfriend or girlfriend problems, and employees are unreliable. And so the more people we have on EasyOrder, EasyOrder is going to be your best employee. I say that all the time. EasyOrder is your best employee. It's never sick, never has boyfriend, girlfriend problems, never has drama. Well, maybe a little bit of drama, but for the most part, never has drama. And it's always there. When ink runs out, it's not during business hours. When toner runs out, it's not when you're open. It's over the weekend, or it's after hours. And so if your customer has EasyOrder on their desktop, when they run out of ink or toner, they can just click on it and you can receive their order immediately. And they know you've got it. They get a confirmation of the order. You've got a confirmation of the order. And when you're back in the saddle and back in the office, all the orders are waiting for you. Whereas if you just were relying on a phone call from the customer or an email, you may not have that, or an email may get lost in a spam filter or some other thing. So it's your best employee. It's one of those things where it's always going to be there working for you. And so if you put all your customers who are important to you on EasyOrder, they're always going to have a way to get to you. So, part of that being your best employee is it takes care of busy work. What's busy work? What keeps your employees and you busy most of the time? And busy, I mean, you have EasyOrder. You're paying for EasyOrder. You have this system. So why encourage your employees to take orders over the phone? There's human error that can be involved in that. They can write down the wrong cartridge. The customer can tell them the wrong cartridge, because who knows about these weird, funky model numbers that are cartridges? They're all over the place, and depending on what you have, they're crazy. And so you're depending on your customer to give you the right model number, to know that a CE 261A is a cyan cartridge versus a yellow cartridge. And that's a lot of pressure to put on a customer who doesn't really know what they're talking about. We know this industry, so we know the cartridges, we know the language, the lingo, but the customer doesn't. They barely even know what printer they have. Thank goodness they put the model number on the outside of the printers, or we all be messed up. So it takes care of your busy work. You don't want your employees answering the phones and taking orders. They can answer the phone and remind the customer that they have an EasyOrder account. And if you'd like, I can show you how to do that. You really want to take a stance of, this is how we want our customers to order from us. And the customer only does it the other way because they don't know that there's a better way. So if you can show them that there's a better way, and you take the time to show them there's a better way, the little light bulb goes off in their head and they're like, oh, well, that was really easy. And once they do it once, they can do it again, as long as that's on their desktop. So it takes care of your busy work. Human error, answering the phone, all that kind of stuff is busy work. Taking orders is busy work. and you're paying your employees and you're paying for EasyOrder, and so might as well make the system do the work for you rather than having your employees do the work for you. It frees up your time, business owners, so you can market. I don't know how many times I talk to people and I'm like, okay, well, what's your marketing strategy? And it's like crickets. They don't really have one. They just kind of do different stuff every day, hoping that one of those things really hits off, but then they never really do. And so, you don't ever have time to market. I hear people all the time, I don't have time to market. I don't have time to market. Well, if you have all this busy work taken care of and you have your customers taken care of with ordering, it frees up your time so you can go market. The quote system gives you a reason to go market. EasyOrder and RemanResource, we have created a path for you to follow that's been proven over the years for success in this industry. And so if you follow our path, and the more you do with this tool, the more it's going to help you out as a business owner. And so, it frees up time for you so you can go out and market. Now, talking about marketing, we have one of the best quoting systems in the industry. It was crafted by hundreds of ink and toner dealers through all the 15 years we've been in business. We have honed it to be the best way to respond to a quote. An RFQ is a response for quote or respond to for quote. And so you need to respond with every opportunity you have to quote with EasyOrder. And as everybody knows, quoting is a numbers game. So, you have to quote lots and lots and lots of business. And I've done other webinars about this, and I won't get into this right now, but it's all about targeting the customers that you want. It's not about sitting in one place and hoping your customers come to you, or hoping that, you in your daily life, you find someone that could be a customer and then making them a customer. It's not about that. It's about going, you know what? I'm going to target military. Somebody in this group right now is starting to target military contracts, government contracts. I'm going to start targeting auto dealerships. I'm going to start going after school contracts. And so it's not just responding to every request for quote, because a lot of times you're not going to have people requesting that you give them a quote. You're going to be asking them, can I give you a quote, please? And, with EasyOrder, and I won't go through this, all right now, but you guys have the best quote system in the game. The fact that this system has and I'll preview this quote here, and I talk about this on almost every webinar, but this show order form button here. So because of this button, your quote system has so much more functionality than any other quote system. A quote is just normally to get this information right here and to send it to your customers so they know your price and different things like that. But most of the time when you send a quote, there's no guarantee that they're going to order from you. And that's the thing, is you really want to try to maximize your effort for each quote. And so you as a salesperson are in the best space at the end of the sales demonstration to get their business. And so by not only showing them this quote, but emailing them this quote, going over all the pricing and saying, okay, when you normally would be done with sending the quote, and you would just say, okay, well, that's it. That's all I've got. Keep that quote around, and my phone number's at the top, and, call me when you need something. That's, not a strong way to end a sales, session. You really want to have the customer have everything they could possibly be to be a customer by the end. And so at the end of EasyOrder's sales process, if you go, okay, customer, here's all your quote, here's everything. Now let me show you how to order from us. And they click on this show order form button at the bottom of the page. It'll open up a web browser. It'll turn this PDF that they're looking at into a working order form, and the customer can order straight from the quote. There's no other system in the world that can do that for you, as far as being able to convert a quote to an order form, and the customer can physically place the order right there. Once they click this button, they also get a welcome email sent to them. You have an opportunity to show them, hey, if you want to make it really easy to get back to this quote, I can put a little icon on your desktop, and that, make sure that you can get back to this quote, and also it's an order form, and you can place an order. So would you rather have a paper quote in somebody's hand where they have to keep that quote around, not throw it away, and in 2 weeks when they need ink and toner, then they try to find that quote again and fish it out of wherever they put it? Or would you rather have your icon with your logo sitting on their desktop ready to take their order whenever they need the next item? Well, obviously you'd want the icon on the desktop. And so, that's why EasyOrder is the most effective tool for closing quotes. We saw an uptick. When we work with a lot of cartridge worlds, and when we started doing this with cartridge worlds, we sort of measured the effectiveness previous to this to after we had the button that would convert the quote into an order form. And at the time, the quotes jumped up by 30% in conversion rates. Because, if you think about it, if you tell the customer to click on that button after sending a quote, you're essentially converting them into a customer in your system. And now they can get emails when they don't send an order after a certain number of days after getting a quote. So you already have them into our automated email system to where they can get a tickle from the system saying, hey, I noticed, you started this quote with us, but you haven't ordered anything yet. And then you get a notification of that. And then you can follow up with that customer. So EasyOrder now helps you, it's again, putting the customer into the path, into the pipeline of what EasyOrder does. And so you basically get them in here, you convert them into a customer, and now the system's looking at them like they're a customer, and it's going to remind you when they haven't ordered. So if they haven't ordered, you can follow up with them. Hey, I noticed, we set you up with that order form. You haven't ordered. Is everything okay? Do you need anything? It gives you a reason to call them back. Oh, the system alerted me that you haven't ordered anything. I'm just checking on you. It's not like you're being a pushy salesperson. You're just checking on them. So once you put the customer into the system, they're going to be taken care of. And even from the standpoint of, a quote, get them, click on that button, show order form, show them how easy it is to order from you. And that may be the tipping point between them ordering from you and ordering from someone else that gave them a quote, because you showed them how easy it is to order from them. Somebody else may have just showed them the price of their cartridges. You guys are showing them that you have this great service that they can't get anywhere else. So that's the bit about the quotes. And this is just obvious, but everything's in one place. So if you have somebody calling you to order, you have somebody emailing you to order, you have somebody faxing you to order. I remember before we created EasyOrder, I would have little Post-it notes of orders all over my monitors and everywhere else. And until I pulled that Post-it note off, that was when the order was done and I didn't have to worry about it anymore. But that's like a horrible system to run a business. It really is. It's like, you want to have a tool in place to manage your orders. So once you put somebody in EasyOrder, they're recording their order history. If they dropped off. That the order is complete. This kind of goes to my next thing. It's like a mini CRM for your orders and quotes. So if you guys don't know about this, I'm not going to go super into this right now because that's for another session. This is really just about getting the most out of your EasyOrder account. But, in our order and quote system, we have a little CRM. See the status and statuses? These statuses change depending on how you have it set up. And so you can set a quote to be tickled to follow up, and it'll tell you how long that quote has been in that state. This one's been in follow-up for 23 days. Obviously, there's a demo account, and I don't really use it for business. But it tells you what's going on. You can set statuses. So if if you go here and the status for this has gone cold or waiting to hear back. Let's say you sent an email and you're waiting to hear back. You can set the status of the quote with statuses, and it can kind of help you keep track. This is not a full functioning CRM, and we don't want to be, but it can help you with your quotes and your orders. Your orders can have different statuses like shipped, back ordered, waiting for product to come in, anything you want, you can add to here. And so the difference between status is you setting a current quote to a specific status. Statuses gives you a way to customize your status options. And again, I'm going to go through this on another webinar, but you have all these statuses. You can actually edit any of these statuses to whatever you want. Follow up, and you could specify a sales rep. Like say, for example, when a telemarketer was working with a lot of our guys, they would be like, have so-and-so follow up with the telemarketer. And they put that as a status. And so when the telemarketer would log in and they would say, okay, I need to follow up with this one and this one, this one, this one, this one. So orders have the same thing. If you go down to manage orders, all these are closed, but you can come down here and change the status of an order. Back ordered, this one is, I shipped this one. And if you really use this, honestly, all of your orders at the end of the day, once they're done, could look like this. It's like doing them to all, so it's going to take a sec. But I mean, that is like a clean order list because everything's set to shipped, so everything's done. If say you have employees that use EasyOrder, if you come in here and they notice that they see order received, that means it's a brand new order, nothing's been done to it. So other people can log in, like as many people as you want can log into EasyOrder. Some people have the perception that you can only log into EasyOrder from one computer and that's all can log in. If you share your username and password with an employee, they can log in as well, just like you. We also have store manager accounts that you can get set up to where they don't have your master password, but they do have access to EasyOrder. And so, with that, you can really, keep track of your orders. Like I said, it's like a mini CRM in sorts. And, most importantly, it gives you control over everything. So again, this is a process. It's a path that we provide to you that you can walk on for your business. And if you have control over what price you set, you have control over your customer base, you have control over your quotes, everything. And so the most important thing is, again, for you to just to use it. I mean, all of these tools are at your disposal. And the most, I hear it from everybody. I have people that'll cancel sometimes, and they'll come at me and they'll be like, I always ask, could we have done anything better to keep your business? And they always say, almost every single one is like, oh, your system's great. We love your system. It's just, and then the excuse. I didn't have enough time I couldn't implement. My customers keep calling me. All of these excuses to why they're not getting the most value out of EasyOrder, but really it's just because they're not using it. And so, really everybody, I mean, the most important thing is like you have this tool, you're paying for it. It has a ton of features that you can use. So, you just need to really use it for all of your customers. Make it part of your routine. Everything I just sort of went through, really is how you get the most value out of EasyOrder is if you're using it for everything. I mean, some people pay, for e-commerce websites with full data and all the stuff that we provide. They pay up to $250 a month to keep up with that website, and EasyOrder is a fraction of that cost, even at its, $99 a month, the base price. And so, like I said, you're paying for this tool, you're using it. Just make sure you use it for everybody and for everything, and you'll see that the more you put into the system, the more it'll give you back. So that is my webinar for today, guys. I know it was kind of wasn't a boring one, but it definitely was not as hands-on as it usually is. But I just wanted to talk about this because, we've had some people recently that just is like, well, I don't think I'm getting enough out of my system. And so we wanted to do this to show you really what you can do when you use the system and how it can help your business. All right, guys, I appreciate it. Thank you for coming to the webinar. If you have any questions, let me know. I'll send out a recording of this webinar later on if you want to take a look at it or share it with anybody else. And I appreciate you guys so much. Have a great day. We'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.